welcome back to some more Diceomancer, Dice action. Going through, trying to get a recording of an A20 win, Ascension 20 win with all the different combinations. I believe we've done all of the Void Orb combination, so the Sage. Yeah, it doesn't let you just replace like that. The Berserker, the Druid, which means we're going to start the first one here. We are going to do the Pro. In my personal rankings, I put Pro kind of middle of the pack. They're not one of the strongest combinations. They are not as weak as Sage. Probably similar to Druid a lot of times. A little bit slow to get going. All right, we're up to 20. Let's go ahead and play. Thank you for a relic. We got a hand crank. Hand cranks are always nice. Giving myself some extra mana pool capacity. Not as much as I like seeing, for example, a damage or defensive one that's reusable, but you know, it works. Okay. So let's see. We got 1 upgrade, 2 upgrade, shop, chest, another shop, and a removal. This side has a shop, chest. I think I'm going to go top. I don't like this class also into the crows. The scarecrow. The scarecrow's rough. It's a rough boss in my opinion. Alright, so remember the gimmick I did not go over for them is after playing a red card, add blue. After playing a blue card, add red. It can be triggered twice each turn. So we're going to do this. We get a red. It's going to give me a blue. That's going to give me a red back. I blocked 5. Now this is also a class that is red, so we get injury levels instead of actual damage. Let's roll up my mana. We punch once, we convert this to a red, and we can spear and shield for the kill. Nice. Our starting, we got apply weak, apply vulnerable, kick. And that's not bad. I actually want to reroll. I want to scale quickly for damage. I'll take an impatient. I like card draw. Can't stop me on the card draw. Trying to decide what's good upgrades. Impatient's a good upgrade, and we'll do a damage spell upgrade. I think most strikes are pretty decent at upgrading as long as you are not Sage, the blue colorless one. Personal opinion. That gets me a red. All right, let's roll that down. Blue, let's shield and spear. Awesome, we break that. So this like be a turn to use the hand crank so I could get all that back. It's fine that I don't. Let's impatient to draw 2. We punch twice. We could punch again, or we can just block. Let's block and punch. Yeah. And this is going to give us a nice, easy victory. Thank you. A throwing knife. I reconsider Anna waiting for chance. All good ones. That always costs something. This can be free. I kind of like the throwing knife though. It's a good flow card and it draws you cards. Hard to say no to such a combination. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to do that and see if we can throwing knife here. We can palm. We're going to link strike. And then we will block. I think that's a decent enough start. We will take a little bit of damage, but nearly half kill the goose. We do want to get rid of your reactive here. Lower that down. I'm going to hand crank up my mana. Ouch. Okay. We take you out. We block, and then we do a big strike for 11. And now this should easily get us the kill here. Oh, thank you. Well, we'll just do this, right? Doesn't really matter. Sometimes you have to be careful what you do with the mana. Rainbow's an interesting one. One who wants you to roll down. But we'll take the reconsider. Extra draw. I like the extra draw. Extra draw is good, okay? I want that still water. I want the dice. I only have 5 in total. We will roll down your cost to from a 5 to a 5. I swear to goodness, the game likes to say, haha, we're going to give you the high rolls on your dice when you try to roll something down, and the low rolls when you're doing the opposite. And it's just so cruel. That's after casting any card. We're just going to cast it, see what you discard. Interesting. We will get a blue and a block. And then shield hit. It gives me a full defense, which is nice. All right, we get a big strike here. Roll your health down, that's great. We are going to take a junk, unfortunately. Not a junk, but a hit to our hand this turn, which is never fun. Come on, hit the burden. Yeah, that's not horrible. 7 damage, we can knock you out. Throwing knife, linked palm. That was not a good turn. Up to 7 of that, that's rough. I'm just going to discard my hand to redraw. And then we almost get the kill. That's basically knocked us to half health. This is not a good round for us. Okay, Burst, Misty Step, Breath. Flow, draw 4 cards. I think you're free? Yeah. But you have to cast a purple card, basically, to get that one. Which isn't horrible, especially now. Oh, we don't have the money for a double upgrade, do we? We're going to upgrade that one. I'm going to try to roll up my money to a 3. So the game is against me sometimes. When mana overflows, gain a d4 of temp power. Ooh. When you cast a card, deal 3 damage. That's a nice little boost in the beginning. It's not super strong, though. Those are going to do nothing against this boss. Had 2 sleight of hands. That's interesting. Now we'll take the lightning dagger. I like the additional stuff. We are going to go here because I want this rest. Okay. Upgrade my 1 die to a d12. Yes, please. And I need these rests because I'm a little hurt. A little hurt, okay? All right, we're going to start with the impatient. We get the red, so let's do a big block. And then a hit here. The only thing I'd kind of want overflow with this, but not from my hand crank. So 1 dice down your health bar here. We get the breath. Linked palms, awesome. We can throwing knife into a linked strike into a nothing. Oh no. Let's gain the temp power. Okay. I'm gonna block spear and shield. I'm just gonna discard this hand. All right. We link strike and then we link strike again. That pushes through. There's a still water. Thank you. Flying Axe also is pretty good. Luck crits and deals damage, but still water is really nice, especially if we can get it upgraded. Okay, some interesting choices here. Gain tough, gain block, gain mana capacity. We're gonna roll though. Card of many things is a lot of fun if you get the purple, burnout, another misty step. Why'd you stay the same? I don't really need any of those. That's a shame. Alright, but I can go and cut a card. That's annoying. But I'm going to actually keep that in there because it can trigger this lightning dagger real easily for me. Remove a burden. Don't have enough to remove a second card. That's fine. Okay. We draw. Then we can throw a knife at you. Linked palms. Draw some more. This is where the still water comes in. We have no blocks is the downside. And we just try to your best to punch that out. Nice. 5 blocks, so we're only taking 1 injury level, which is really good. Okay, we're gonna get the block. I'm gonna cast that, get the blue, nice. And we're gonna be fine with the overflow, giving us only 1 temp power. Not amazing. Now you have 10, eh? I'm gonna get rid of that. Come on, good hits, nice. We will redraw this hand. Yep, and then just another Link Strike gets the kill. I already have 1 still water. I don't think I need a second one. It's plenty of luck as is. Alright, we're gonna charge. 1 charge, then a rest. 1 charge is not amazing, I'll be honest. I mean, it's better than nothing. Okay. The linked palm gives me a blue, blue gives me a red, red gives me a punch. It's going to be a rough fight. I already can see that much. I'm going to cast the fear to get the breath out. We're going to still water. Linked strike. Throwing knife. Gets me 2, puts me back up to 4. Could have 1 die, but I think I just want to get all this back. I'm going to still water again. I want all my crits for a while, so we can start knocking these bars down. Man, this guy has such annoying mechanics, okay? Alright. Blue, linked block, linked strike. I guess call that a turn. I'm going to take the temp mana because it's going to push out a black. I'm going to roll this down now. But man, every other turn, big damage basically. It has thick skin, so it takes less damage. It has the super pig skin, so it just takes less in general. This is such a crazily annoying boss. Look at that, 20 damage, what? We're gonna still water out 2 cards, okay? We linked strike. We linked block. We're gonna roll this number down to a 4. Okay, let's get the palms out. We get a block. We get a strike. It is what it is. 23 damage. Woofed. We just want to get as much crit as we can, okay? And we roll that number to an 8. I could use 2 dice rolls to get those values down. I don't know if that's actually worth, though. I mean, I can't use it on anything else, which is the downside. I think I have to survive this combat. We're just gonna go all in on offense at this point. Okay, give me some damage cards. I'm gonna go ahead and get this. So we can link strike. Yeah. No dice charges, though. Sad, because that's always rough for this. Everyone starts with power 3. We're not something that can take advantage of that. When enemies' health bars deplete to gain paper skin, that's a good one. When you lose health, I don't want to lose health. Let's just get my gold real quick. I don't think I want to do... I could just do another balance tweak run. I don't think it's what I want to do, though. Okay. So we're not going to do that. It's a fun thing to do. Okay, whenever triggering a flow effect, deal 12 damage to random enemy. I think we might take that one. I mean, Doom's also really good. It doesn't become easier to play is the only downside on upgrade. Whereas Doom upgrade gives you 7 draw for red cards. We're actually going to take Doom. And we're going to take the hammer. Alright, good relic, good relic. I think we just want damage. Give me a wooden sword. To the forest we go! Alright, so we see a rest, we see chest boss. Okay, that's pretty much a free-for-all from there where we can go. There's an upgrade, there's a boss. So I think we're just going to go bottom to start. Is the correct call. Let's go linked palm. We're going to breath. Let's impatient. We're going to go ahead and start with the wooden sword and then a throwing knife. Okay. Convert you to a blue. We do a big hit here. We're going to get rid of the fear. We're going to do a reconsider. We're going to Doom. Oh, we can't cast them, though. Oh. That's silly. Oh, well. I forgot that they have to be upgraded for me to be able to cast them with that. We're just going to submit one of these. Hit you, and we get the kill. Okay. Okay, an upgrade in Mozambique. Yeah, I think we go Phantom route now. Phantom crits are the 2 big things you can do here. Let's gain... We are more in on red, so let's gain a red flask. I do want my upgrades. You are always annoying. That gets me a red, so let's go ahead and just mana pool fill. Yeah, you give me a burning bomb, which is always annoying. I'm gonna Mozambique a bunch. And they are just so rude. Rolled an 18 to succeed that last one. How dare you? I don't want to get more burning junk in my hand. Okay, we're gonna get in the block. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the strike. Horse Slayer gets me a crit. I'm going to knock down your big health pool so we can... Yeah. Throwing knife you into a burn and be really annoyed by this. This is an annoying fight for me, okay? Mozambique. Hit you again. This time, you cannot get away from me with your stupid stealth. Do we take another Mozambique plus? Yes, we do. Let's charge by 5. I like that. Choose from 3. Evasion, purple. No, we just get health and heal. Let's go to the boss and shop. Okay, so this is where we go compendium. We're going to go to our keywords. I believe I've done this before. We go to phantom. We're going to roll this number up to a 10. Very cool. What's a good one? Not that. Let's just take the multi-strike, okay? We're going to Mozambique. These are both going to be free. We can go ahead and use the wooden sword. Cast you. Cast that. We're going to cast this to trigger your discard effect. Okay. We go Linked Strike, Throwing Knife. That's a pretty good hit. Let's just reconsider. I'm going to doom out those 2 cards for the crit. Or sorry, discard them. Yeah. And then we can Mozambique a bunch. Get a kill. Nice. Deal damage. I think this time we'll just take the wooden drone. It's not amazing, but it does stuff. Apply vulnerable when drawn. Yes, please. Gives me a red when I get rid of it. Don't need any of those. Skip along. We're going to go to the shop. Oh, magnetic dice. 12. Do I have 32? I do not have 32. So we're going to roll down that to a 5. Okay. Roll down you to a 9. Take both of those. Horde 3, generating cards from random pool. No, we're just going to re-roll. That's always a fun one. Let's roll up my mana real quick to a 4. What in a 4? I swear, this game's out for me sometimes. Okay. What do we get? Lose 7, gain equanimity. That's not bad. Gain exhausted, gain agile. Now we'll lose 7, gain the equanimity. We'll do another mystery event so we can get this removal. Dodge Tome. I don't want the Dodge Tome. Dodge Tome makes it so instead of block, you gain dodge. We'll just gain roll apparently a double 5 and which is not bad on a D8. All right, cuts. Like I said, I kind of like the fear in here, so we're going to get rid of a linked block. In fact, we can get rid of a second linked block. I'm going to try to kill them before that gets to us. Let's heal, because I'm a little... Alright, now I want to decide. Do I want upgrades? What do I need upgraded? Stillwater and Reconsider would be amazing upgrades. Doom's another really good upgrade, actually. So I actually have some very nice upgrades I want. I mean, obviously a boss is good. We're going to go with the upgrade. Maybe we can swing back and hit that boss. Though that might mean we miss the other relics. Alright, start with the wooden sword. Paper skin on you is interesting. We're gonna just roll down your health. We can breath. Nice. Cast the fear, get the knife out as well. Gives me a red. Let's draw some more cards. Red again. We Mozambique. Ooh, a blue. I can't cast the Doom. Let's convert to a red. I could. Deal 15 damage. Why won't it highlight how much damage it could do? Right, see that tells me 11 to 22. This has a good chance of just taking you out. 8 to 16, so we're going to do that. Yeah, okay. We're going to let this overfill because that's going to give me 10 power. I'm only taking, what, 2 injury? That's fine. Should just knock out a couple of cards for some Stillwater. Get a red flask. Yeah, we do the Tiger Claw because it has the flow at the moment. Then we can reconsider. Let's get a nice big Doom. And then just hit you. Awesome. We already have one. It's not free yet, so we don't need that. What's this? Isn't bad. It's not amazing. Does help me trigger flow a lot easier, but I don't think I care about that at the moment. I think my flow is pretty fine. Plus, I'm supplementing with Phantom anyways. They won't notice. Gain a random relic, gain curse. Interesting. Lose 8. That's not a bad one. We'll gain the curse. Ooh, we got money from it. Nice. Free 10 gold for a curse. I will take that. All right. We do want to upgrade the Doom and the Stillwater. You need to be taken care of. I'm going to target you. Of course, that hit double blue. Okay, you can gain your evasion now. I don't care. Multi-strike is pretty good, actually. See if we can't knock you down. We could do this for 33. That's going to miss no matter what. Yeah. Okay, this is fine. We'll take a little bit of injury here. Up to 8. Of course, you roll double 8. How rude. Let's impatient. Curse. I'm going to go ahead and blast there. I guess we get rid of 1 and then blast again. 3 health. Rude. My 1 shield. Now I'm blind as well, though. That's a downside. A double miss. Okay. Well, we got that kill at least. Knocked that out. Roll less than a 17. A 10's good. Can't cast anything else, so might as well just get a bunch of crit. The blind is so rude. Okay. Shoot. Gets the kill. Ooh, with magnetic dice, I actually kind of like that. I think that could be very strong for us. We're gonna roll and then rest. We're not gonna fight the mimics. No need to fight the mimics. No need to do that risk here. Okay, let's get a red in an extra. We're gonna palm throwing knife. Just gonna hit some more here. Red flask. Let's get an impatient for a bunch of draw. Draw even more. Okay. So we are going to compendium, we're going to keywords. We will hit the phantom with a roll. My phantom cards cost 16 less. Let's Diceify something. That turns you into a, what is that, a D12? I wish it would actually say the number, right? I think that's a D12. Yeah. So we're gonna kick 3. Get 36, that's nice. I'm gonna hit you for a bunch. We're gonna doom. We can draw a bunch of cards again. We're just gonna start shooting the Mozambiques. At this point, we just scarred 3 to get a bunch more crit. 72 crit. Where's a sniper rifle when you need it? Alright, we're gonna still out my hand. Because we're going to roll down this number and then reconsider. Because that's just going to give me an easy kill. Yeah, phantoms are so good. I do not like any of those. Swap your hand with the draw, swap your draw with your hand. That's always an interesting one. Superposition, when you roll the dice, add D8 to the result. Interesting. On the next turn, add a 20 to your checks. So let's just re-roll the relics. Okay, super battery. So that slowly adds more when you cast a mono red to red. Interesting. All the same color. When you lose health, gain crits. Combat starts, gain 6 crit. Interesting. Can't be countered. The stealth again. Might be the shredder. Just because that can do some good things. Now we're just going to take the mini keyboard. 2d6 double 2. Disco ball, mint candy. Alright, we're going to re-roll this as well. And so many things to choose from. Okay. Collapse, nice. Not upgrading new perspective. Negation. Fist, SMGs can be really good. Spark after you cast a temp card at a random mana. Interesting. Superposition plus add D12 to my rolls. I think it's going to be the Tai G though, or the Pure Anger, because that's a bonus. Flow. Tornado decimates trailer park, deal 3 damage to all enemies, gain 2 temp power, kick 2, storm, double red. A big dream. Ooh, we're going to take... Okay, we're taking Dream Plus because we have magnetic dice. Does a lot of damage, okay? From 3 relics. I guess we take an Abacus. It's not going to happen because we're going to have pretty small hands casting everything and discarding stuff. I guess everyone gets 3 power at the start. We'll see if that bites me. It probably will. To the Royal City. Oh man, if we face the flame guy, that could really hurt me. Gargoyle's not horrible. Okay. I'm going to send all 3 of those. Oh, I thought this was Forget-Me-Not, not a mint candy. Whoops. Mistake. When do I want my next fight? So if I go down, I get 1, 2, 3 fights, and if I go up, I get 1, 2, 3 fights. I think going down is going to be better for us, which means I can go ahead and use the sword here. We will do this, and we'll just double Mozam again. Alright, this is fine. We can Impatient. I'm going to 1 dice that number down. I'm just going to Stillwater. Reconsider. Red Flask. Gives me that. I'm going to Throwing Knife. Dual hit here and get the kill. Diceify is fine, but once again, we don't need that actually. Do we just want a bunch of money? No, we'll choose from 3, take 1. Submit 0. Alright, upgrade cards. Exert bonus is pretty good. Double red's pretty good. I think we go free Reconsider, free Linked Palm though. Okay, weak. You're the counter, so that's the one I want to avoid. Let's go ahead and fill this up. It's going to be 1, 2 to the next combat, so we're going to hold off. We're going to Doom. And then we're going to Dream. Did some pretty good damage there, if I say so. I'm going to cast the Link Palm. It's going to let me cast one of those either way. Red Flask. I'm going to submit 0 there. Diceify that again. Give me some good crits. Nice. Okay. Solid turn, if I say so. We took 1 of them fully out and 1 mostly out. Let's take that Impatient, draw some cards. Cast you to draw some cards. 3 turns, 2 turns. You're the counter this time. We will get rid of those for some much needed crit. Gotta get those crits. Linked palm, a throwing knife. We can go ahead and just link strike, get the kill. Weak, vulnerable, half damage. Ooh, against you, meh, whatever. I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna back. We're gonna skip. We're gonna cut a card. What do we want to cut? We'll cut a block. I want to keep a bunch of red and purple cards for the most part, because the Doom, for example, and the flow mechanic. We can get rid of the fear. At this point, you're just kind of in the way. All right, not thorns, not thorns. Oh my goodness, it's you. It's exactly who I didn't want it to be. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna do the damage. I need to get this guy. Compendium, keywords. We do need you, the Phantom to roll up real quick. Just gonna lose. That's fine. I'm gonna toss. I'm gonna Mozambique. Replace the D12. Replace with a D6 with a D4. D12, D6 plus D4. Let's do this one. That's fine. We take 6. We take a big chunk of burn damage. Gonna impatient. Ooh, okay. Red, red, purple. Go dream. That's fine. That worked out perfectly well. A bunch of junk we don't care about. Okay, give me upgrades, please. So let's upgrade you to get double red. You to be a bonus? Why not? Alright, who do we fight this time? Yeah, I figured it would be you. I mean, we're just going to go Compendium. We're going to do this. We only have a couple of fights left. We're going to roll up the Phantom again. Okay. Red, blue. Red, red. That's fine. We can do this one. That's fun. Alright, we're going to dream. I could have... Oh, I should have Mozambique first, I think. Though I might have used up my red. Well, we basically got the kill here, right? Bam. Very nice. What do we got? Buy haste enchantment, gain vertigo. Buy insanity, gain... No, we're going to buy the haste enchantment. We put that on the Mozambique, I think. It could also go on Stillwater really well, but I think the Mozambique is the correct call here. Make that a D4 haste. I like it. Shop shows me events get a +7. That's useless. Colors when you lose health. Meh. Delay the miss. The miss is not going to catch up to me. Let's see. I guess we just roll. I'm going to take a throwing knife. We'll take a blue flask. Oh, I don't have money. But we don't take a blue flask. We will rest. to gain our health back. We will change this to a D20 because we do have magnetic dice. 10, okay. So that gained us, that definitely was at least a positive, right? Because the other, our highest could have been a 6. So we at most gained at least +1 higher charge than our max from the previous. Okay. We do this right away. Before it's too late. Keywords. Phantom. Roll up the cost reduction on Phantom. There's the one I want to use. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast that. And my red flask. Smith 0. We're going to start. We want to keep an eye on that number, of course. 4, 2. There's the Stillwater finally. Let's linked palm. We're going to roll that to a 14 so we can breath. I'm going to go ahead and discard all of those for my crit chance, please. I get red, purple, which means I can't get... You know what? Roll my mana up. 1 dream, please. Almost got them with just the dream. Reconsider. Be impatient. We draw a bunch. And then we hit you with the Phantom Generator. Easy turn 1, 1000 plus damage. Alright, let's go fishing. Start the fish. How many fish do we get today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 6. That was a pretty good fish. All right, there we go. Ascension at a time of 46. There we go. I think there's 2 main ways to go with the pro. And I mean, obviously, I think blending the 2 in together works really well. The 2 are Phantom and Crit. I think those are the 2 best ways. There is Flow. Flow, I think, is just a nice supplement. You take some Flow cards and a couple colorless or purple just to draw more, right? So I guess Flow does exist. I think going red-blue Flow is a bit of a trap. Just, once again, take a couple really strong Flows that draw you and a couple good purple or void cards to trigger them. I mean, Link Palm's great for triggering Flow. Anyways, yeah, crit, right? You got Stillwater. Stillwater is an amazing crit generator that can get you up to 24 crit. Throwing Knife's also a low opportunity pick, by the way, so take those. It's just free damage when you trigger it with Flow. Anyway, Stillwater, yeah. I didn't even use... Oh, man. Usually I distort a 1 throwing knife to get more draw on the Flow. But yeah, Stillwater, great crit generator. You have, of course, Sniper Rifle in this class, in the Pro class, which is an amazing card. We just didn't find it. Which adds, what was it, 9 crit and then deals damage equal to your crit to an enemy, which can, of course, double because you have a crit. And then I think the upgraded one gets Phantom. There's several good Phantom cards. There's Sniper Rifle, the one I just talked about. There's Mozambique, which applies Vulnerable, which lets them take double damage. So doing a Phantom build where you go into the rules, use the 1 die, and change the number in Phantom so the cost, right? Because Phantom says you create a copy and requires 1 less mana to cost. So you go into the rule book, you change that 1 to a higher number, and then basically any phantom card you find will be free to phantom. There's also Lightning Strike, which the upgraded one gives you like 4 phantom copies, so that is really strong. Paired with temporary power, paper skin. But yeah, phantom crits, a little bit of flow supplement. I think that's the way to go. Of course, you can get some nice other clans can do this as well, or other combinations. You know, something like Magnetic Dice plus Dream just destroys things. Doom's an amazing card draw. Yeah, cheap card draw, aka free card draw plus just casting lots of spells is going to get you kills. So there is this pro deck. So it is done. With that said, thank you for watching and have fun.